lot happened at Odyssey.
It felt like a very coordinated and very well orchestrated high-level dance.
It was a hackathon that has become a momentum.
Super interesting, and it's really amazing to be part of this.
We did a lot of hackathons, and I think this was the most difficult challenge ever. Only world peace. Come on.
We feel a deep sense of responsibility to jump in and to utilize our skills and our various and diverse backgrounds to help the people that are working so hard on the ground.
We're trying to solve the same problems. As human beings, I think there's some magic that is generated when you bring people together.
As much as you can do that during times like this.
We had people spread from Poland all the way to Chicago. So that's 6-7 time zones.
So I would say there was so much to do at Odyssey. It was hard to be bored.
Pretty much like a month of work in a weekend.
We started out with frustration.
It was an incredible way to use masochism to really make progress.
The time pressure, I really felt bad for all the teams.
All right, we've got 5 minutes to do something that we should probably do in a week. How are we going to squeeze that out?
As an NGO, we have more time. However, in conflict situations and in emergency situations, we do have to make decisions like this.
We believe the real win is the long term, the long shot, and really find a solution on this problem.
Solutions that nobody could have thought of on its own. And what is better than to put it to good use in the context of preventing conflict and creating peace, right?
We're living in a world where injustice is becoming just an acceptable part of daily life.
We need to redesign that when we build a digital reality. We could not prevent 100% of conflict, but we could deal with it.
We see the system itself is not set up to respond dynamically and responsively to the threats to peace. We don't have an understanding of what peace looks like in some communities, and we also we can't see what the threats to peace look like in some of those communities.
The conflict differs per individual, per context, per community, per city, per country, per minute maybe.
How come there's information available everywhere, but I cannot trust it?
Trust is a foundation upon which reliable information transmission and generation can occur.
It's very important that parties are able to communicate in conflict areas, to deconflict.
Wherever the social contract may be doubtable or dubious, that we expect people to trust each other. Technology, through something like blockchain, through what we're doing, we can just fill in some of those gaps.
It's not every day given that the Ministry of Defense works with humanitarian organizations, grassroots organizations.
The opportunity to come together in a more broad-based, just problem-solving, sharing of ideas perspective is somewhat rare.
Hackathon is always a sort of competition, but we made it work that we collaborated in an ecosystem.
What I really love is that the teams who came in, they expected conflict. They discovered that it is the collaboration that helps them to change the world.
We all had very different ideas of how we wanted to approach it. Some teams took it from a perspective of building up empathy between communities. Some groups took it in terms of social cohesion. Some people took it in terms of innovations in monitoring itself. Some of us took it from a incentives perspective.
There's one winner, but actually it's now a winner of all. So I think that's the best outcome ever. You can have a great idea, but then how do you make sure that you tap into the right channels in order for people to use it in the end?
Because we're already active for some years in this area, we were there to think along, to provide advice.
But also it gives an organization to have other people look at them and see things they can't see anymore.
So our system is a way to provide more authentic participation.
And so that they can take care of themselves without needing to rely exclusively on the government or extra national bodies.
Where we can help and contribute is to provide better insights based on this unstructured data with the use of AI.
And also the platform that you use, it should be fully neutral. should not be controlled by any other party. So, and that's where blockchain comes in.
We believe that tapping into their knowledge, their insights, their expertise can actually help contain the violence and prevent the violence before it ever escalates.
Yeah, it provides new perspectives. That is what innovation is about.
We're learning, so we're developing from there.
All teams made a lot of progress.
They not only thought of it, they actually did it.
It serves our common mission. It serves our common purpose.
It was exhausting, but absolutely worth it.
We're ready to scale.